Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Close, but no cigar. What a amazing performance from West Ham tonight. I must admit. Um, Speechless. I never saw this one coming, but in the end, we just didn't have enough to get the job done tonight. We obviously fucked up last week in Leverkusen with that second goal, and in the end, that sort of paid dear in the end. Um, I know I said it quite a lot last week, and I've got to watch what I say because people will keep reminding me of some of the words. I keep repeating myself over and over again. But I'm going to say it once tonight. That is one proud performance from West Ham tonight. Like everyone should be looking at that and going, "Wow, that was pretty good. That was really really good." First half was exceptional. Second half they were the better side. You got to give it to them. They made subs. And this is the thing, it does all go back to the January window. It even goes back to the summer window where we just haven't got enough firepower to bring off the bench to sort of keep us in the game. As I'll start off at the beginning. West Ham come out the traps. It's the best half of football I've seen under David Moyes, hands down. Yeah, like intense pressing. Like James Ward-Prowse tonight, shout out to him. I thought it was absolutely superb, really, really superb. Runned everywhere, runned his eye out. All of them did, yeah. But in the first half, he was everywhere. He was pressing them, and it was just a top performance that first half. Antonio scores. Yeah, Antonio scores, and then I'm believing, mate. I'm like everyone else. I am believing. Like this gaff is rocking, and for me, when that goal goes in, there was hope there straight away. And then we had chance after chance. We had another chance. Obviously, Jared Bowen had a golden chance in the first half, and it just wouldn't go in for us, would it? Like Alvarez had a shot. It's on target. It's Antonio. We get to half time, and then obviously we had to make a sub. Obviously before then with Aguerd going off, Bonner coming on, and then they just bring on everyone, mate. Right, they were fighting at the end to try and save their unbeaten record. And second half started, and listen, they're a good side. They are a good side. They are no mugs. Let's put it like that. And we shouldn't be gutted. And I see someone like message me on Twitter and say, Moyes takes Alvarez off and we concede. We need a goal, man. Right, you moan when he don't make no subs. When he does make subs, you moan. Let's not have no fucking moaning tonight, because anyone who's moaning tonight needs to just fuck off. If I speak honest truth, anyone who's negative tonight on that performance needs to fuck off. Seriously, yeah, and just go and support fucking Canvey Island or some shit, or hashtag United, because it just ain't right, mate. Right? Do you know what I'm saying? Um, and then, like, listen, second half they were the better side. We didn't do much in the second half. Yeah, we had sort of half chances. And obviously, they had a golden chance from Frimpong, runs through. He should score that. And then he does pop up and score, and then he just kills the tie, stone dead. Um, to round it up before I let the lads come on, anyone who wants to come on, they're more than welcome to come on tonight. I'm going to be honest, I'm absolutely thrilled with the aggression in the side tonight. They fought for the shirt, they fought for the badge, and also shout out to the fucking fans tonight, especially in the LS. Yeah, they sung their souls out tonight. Yeah, they believed, right? And I've always said this: when we are fucking united, anything is possible with this club. Yeah, I've been screaming it for a long time. People look at me like I'm some sort of fat fucking chav from the ends. I'm not a fucking idiot. That's one thing I'm not. Do you know what I'm saying? And when we are all together, that performance in the first half can happen consistently. We are a good side. It's just we haven't got the squad for the sort of future, so to speak. It's just the squad's dead, but the first team's good. I thought Jared Bowen give it his all tonight. I thought Mikel Antonio was so fucking unlucky tonight. Really, the amount of times he was fouled. And this referee, that's a criminal offence in itself. Like, don't get me started on the ref, because I think the referee is an absolute cunt tonight. Do you know what I mean? Absolute first class cunt. Right, yellow cards for not yellow cards. Just made it about him tonight to a point in the end. And listen, in the end, when it is all said and done, yeah, we've just lost. We've just gone out of the competition to a team that is still unbeaten. Do you know what I mean? They are a very, very good outfit, and for say 60 minutes of that game, we was in that game, like well and truly in that game. Do you know what I'm saying? We just didn't give nothing in the sort of the last sort of 15 minutes. They was just kicking our ass, really. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to allow people to come on. Let's get Kane in. Kane, talk to me. What you saying?
keep it short, sweet, because I'm so fucking ill. I can tell by my voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am really proud of them. I thought they gave everything they had and more, and they were just done. They were absolutely done by the end of it, but they really, really tried for it. And
Yeah.
I think on the home leg, if we had a couple more bodies, Bowen wasn't out, we might have not. Alvarez was in, we might have only lost 1-0, and who knows what would have happened. But we gave everything we had. There's no shame in what we did. They should all be proud. All of them should be really proud of how much they tried for us.
Joe Watkin, yeah. You couldn't have said it any better, mate. Yeah, I was sitting there and I was just believing. I was just going fucking like, and I said it. Funny enough, I said it on the preview. Yeah, I thought West Ham were going to win 2-1 tonight. Yeah, and obviously it ends up 1-0. But I don't know. It's just if you want to know what the West Ham way is, and people say about the West Ham way, I want to see the West Ham way. You witnessed the West Ham way in the first half. That is the West Ham way, right? That's the style. That's the passion. That's the commitment. That's the fighting for the fucking badge. That is the hunger. That is everything. What we see in the first half, that is the West Ham way. Yeah. And if someone can tell me that isn't the West Ham way, I'd fucking love to hear it, because that is the West Ham way. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. They give it everything. But in the end, we just got done by a side who have just got better players than us. Yeah. And in the end, we just run out of steam in the end. Do you know what I'm saying? Kane, are you all right to hang about?
Probably not, mate. I'll probably crash out a bit. I feel like crap, but thanks for having me on, James.
No
That
worries,
was
mate.
hurt me up a bit. That did anyway. I've been so bloody ill the past few days.
I know, mate. I'll let you go. Take it easy. A bush. Right, let's get this man in. Tom, how you doing, mate?
Hey, mate. God, it's really demoralising, isn't it? Because you can't fault the players at all. Each one of them ran their absolute socks off. I think particularly Alvarez. There were so many times he'd sprint one end of the pitch, sprint back, and you could see that he was so knackered. I think for me, it's like you look at the bench, it's just not good enough. There's no depth, there's no quality. And obviously, I know that Paquet is suspended and all that, but you think if we just have a couple of decent players we can bring on off the bench, put a bit of life into the game from players that are already so knackered because they've all been obviously running constantly the whole game, you think the result might be different. But, you know, overall it is positive, like positive game.
Yeah, I know you're saying, Tom. What's happened to the American geezer? The American geezer is there. He's at the LS. He's been to every game since he's been over. And I think the last game is Crystal Palace on Sunday. So he'll be heading back home next week. Listen, Tom, talk about the first half to me, mate, because that's the best first half performance I've seen West Ham play under David Moyes ever.
It's unexpectedly really, really solid. I think, especially against a side that's just won the Bundesliga. You know, like, yeah, it just seemed like everything was working. I think I just love the way that every time that the ball got passed back, when their defenders had it, when the keeper had it, there was constant pressure. There was so many times that I know Bowen did it. I know James Ward-Prowse did it as well, like just nicking it off people who think they had more time than they did. Just really tenacious in the way that we played, which was really positive. And I don't know why we're so up for it in this game and not others. Obviously, it's Europe, so you're going to be more up for it. But it seemed like there was this extra fire that had come from somewhere, which was amazing. And we played with a much the better team in the first half, much the better. And I guess if you think about it, you go, should we have got another one? Because then you to go second half, you go, now it's completely even, but not really too much to complain about.
I think the only issue that I would say with that, is that when in the first half they were there. They were there. Yeah, we were smashing them to bits. Literally, everything they was doing bad. And they looked a shadow of the team that they've been all season. Yeah. I think if we get the second goal in the first half, then I reckon they would have had to come forward, obviously, in the second half, but then there would have been more of a comfort blanket with West Ham to play a bit more low block, counter attack. Do you know what I'm saying? Where West Ham had to still be looking for that goal. In the end, like, it just filtered out, and obviously they scored, right? But it doesn't matter that they scored, because we needed to score a goal anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We was trying, and you know, Tom, who was the best player for you today? Because there's so many people who deserve so much credit today.
Bloody hell, it's tough, isn't it? It's really tough. I genuinely am not sure. I think Mikel Antonio had a really good game. I think the way that he was he was playing off the defenders was really positive. He was causing an absolute nuisance. I don't think there was any one of those Leverkusen defenders that was particularly happy with him, which I think is definitely a good thing. He was causing a lot of issues. I think Kudus as well, just doing what he always does, just picking the ball up, beating people for fun. I don't know. I think James Ward-Prowse actually had quite a good game. I thought
he's brilliant, man.
All time, just constant running. Yeah, I don't know. You say the same about Bowen. I don't know. I think defenders also had a decent game. I think if I was going to give it to someone, I think, blimey, I'm thinking maybe Mikel for us, if I'm honest. I think the way that he imposed himself on the defenders, I know that obviously he could have been slightly more creative, but I think him getting the goal, the way that he sort of led the line, I think in the first half was really positive.
Fair enough, mate. Final question before I let you go, Tom. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. How will you remember? Obviously, that's us out of Europe now. How will you remember our time in Europe, mate?
Oh, unbelievably positive, mate. How can it be anything else? It's been an absolute dream. Like, I just think the way that we've raised our game repeatedly in Europe, and we've managed to find that extra level. Obviously, the first leg played really well, and obviously up until the last 10 minutes. But up until then, you say the same last year, you say the same the year before, the sort of special nights that we've had, I think, especially at the London Stadium, that place has really become somewhere that we can host big European nights and have some amazing memories. Like this game is obviously it's not the result we want, but what a game! What a brilliant game against a team that's just beaten, Bayern to the Bundesliga title for the first time in however many years. We've just got completely toe to toe with them and probably been the better team for the most game.
And Joe was mad. If we'd have had a few more players, just two more attack-minded players, so to speak, and if we would have not have lost Paqueta and Emerson, God knows what would have happened tonight. Because I just thought, listen, I'm gutted to lose, but I see someone put in the chat. I don't know whether to be pissed off that we've lost or proud that we give it everything. I'm more proud that we give it everything because it shows. That's a glimpse, of what people you can see. That's the West Ham that you can see.
Yeah.
If you want to describe West Ham in a nutshell, that first half performance is that rock and roll, extreme, fucking. Let's all have a go. And the fight in the team tonight, right? That's one thing I am definitely so proud of because they all got stuck in. They all backed each other, and they all just sort of never say die attitude. But obviously, it just wasn't enough in the end. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I think there's so many times when teams go out in Europe with such a whimper, like they get absolutely battered by one of the big boys, and we never happened to us. We've always fought tooth and nail completely every game. So it's very proud to support a team that is going to fight until the bitter end, basically.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. Tom, I'm going to let you go, mate. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, that's a good
night. It wasn't our night tonight, but it's the West Ham way, isn't it? Take it easy, man.
Have some more in the future.
Right, let's get this mad American on. So, Daddy, welcome.
Hello there. I want to answer the last question you asked. What will I remember of the European nights? Thank you, David Moyes. Thank you, David Moyes, and this team. I am a proud hammer of this team. But, it's really just...
I was going to say this to Daddy. That, Greg, is the big chance. That was the big chance in the second half. Yeah.
No, the people... I think part of the reason we weren't as good second half is we couldn't, because first half we were playing a really high line with Aguirre, but once he came off for Ogbonna, if we play that high line with Zuma and Ogbonna, we'd get slaughtered all second half, even after Boniface came on. So we couldn't do the same thing. But the players, Kudus, amazing. Antonio, amazing. Bowen, amazing. JWP, wowzers! What a performance! And
I thought it was excellent tonight.
And there's a certain someone who might have the whole bench. Not gonna say his name. Oh, by the way, Areola, Emerson, and Flynn Downs was at the game tonight, but there was a certain someone missing, not at the game.
Fair enough. Who was the best player for you tonight?
I like Kudus. I love Kudus. Even though he should have had an assist. That was a beautiful cross.
It
But
was the worst.
Worst, probably one of Cresswell.
Do you know what? I think tonight, for me, I look at them and I just think, in the end, like, they just run out of steam. Like, I understand what people are saying about the subs. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Yeah.
I'm seeing people blame Moyes for taking Alvarez off. We needed a goal, and if we didn't score, we were still going out. And he could barely run anymore. Did you see how tired he was?
Yeah, he was gone, mate. He was gone. And at the end of the day, it's not about. Listen, people moan about Moyes when he don't make no fucking subs. Right, he made subs tonight. He brings Maxwell Cornet on, which was like the ghost of Christmas past. He comes on, and listen, in the end, right, we just wasn't good enough. Right, it's okay to say it's okay to say. I know some people don't like to admit this, but sometimes we lost to the better side. And if we would have scored the second goal in the first half, then they might have folded. Right, it was just they got to half time. They reassessed it all, and the second half they come out. Go on, man.
We had to score, especially when that once we were so dominant. We made him make a sub.
Yeah.
Less than I gotta go. Peace.
Fair enough. Take care. That's the daddy rumbling on. You know what I'm saying? Well, I will continue. Chuck your questions in the chat. Anything you want to say, I'm going to put it up on the screen. For me, yeah, I've got no qualms. I understand what people are saying about Moyes and everything and what they're sort of regarding, but you know, let's be fucking proud tonight, mate. I'm proud of the fans tonight also, yeah? Right? When we're, I say it all the time, it's like I might as well smash my head up against that wall, right? When we're all together and the atmosphere is intensified, we are a fucking, like, that's a rough old place to go to, Stratford. It's rough at the best of times. It's even rougher when West Ham are all together and make it hostile. But tonight, listen, what can I say? Like, the first half was the best first half, but it's just that second goal. We just needed that second goal in the first half. If we get the second goal in the first half, for me, they would have definitely had to come out a lot more, intensify Leverkusen. It might have benefited us long term. But in the end, and I am going to say this before I get all your questions in, yeah, is that the January window, right? And people say it's Moyes. Sometimes you've got to look upstairs, mate, and the upstairs is on the owner. Yeah, it's twice now that this has happened. Yeah, once is a mistake, twice is a problem. It happened 2 years ago, semi-final of the Europa League, and this happened again in the quarter-final of the Europa League. So there you go. I'm not going to keep banging on about it. Moyes is a little bit of a problem, well, a major problem to a point, but also you've also got to look at the January window, and the January window was the one that sort of fucked us in the end in regards to this competition. So let's get Tony, see what Tony's got to say. Tony, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. How about yourself?
I don't know how to feel, Tony, if I'm honest. I don't know whether to feel gutted, proud, or a bit of both. What are you saying, though? Do you know what I'm saying?
Gutted in the fact that we didn't take our chances in the first half. I think that was what's let us down, I think, in the whole game. I mean, yeah, proud. You've got to be proud of what they did out there. And I agree with what you're saying. The fans were with us, you know, with the boys. And more importantly, and that I think one thing we've missed out on this, so was Moyes. He showed a bit of passion today on the sideline, which was good to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the referee, Jesus Christ,
bad.
You know, that one where Antonio gets smashed with the elbow in the face, and the linesman's clear in line with him, and nothing, absolutely nothing. But yeah, I was really proud with the chance. You know, it's just to say the first half, if we had really put them chances away with a bit of thing behind the ball, because there's all p-rollers, weren't they, at the end of the day?
There was two key chances for me. The Bowen chance in the first half where he has the shot and the keeper makes the save. It goes for his legs, it's in. Yeah. And the one in the second half, someone mentioned it in the chat, and fair play to them, they reminded me. But he gets in front and he's in two minds. If that's a Jared Bowen who is fit and firing and sort of been active, yeah, I think it's in the back of the net. Yeah. And they were key chances. But like I say, like I'm nitpicking at like negatives there. Like there's nothing to really be negative about. Like a lot of people tonight thought West Ham were going to turn up and get blitzed. Like, I knew West Ham were going to turn up because they always do. Yeah, that's one thing I will say. When they're at home And as I say, when the fans are together, West Ham do always turn up for these games. But if you're going to go out, and you are going to go out, you've gone out to a side who are now, 43 unbeaten?
44 now.
44 unbeaten? Well, there you go. Do you know what I'm saying? Talk to me about referee then. I've never seen a worse performance since the semi-final.
It was like it was all about him.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at Zuma, just went up to ask him a question near the end of the game and also he just spun around without even knowing who the player was. Bang, red card straight away, to a yellow card straight away. Just absolute madness. And some of the fouls that were going on to our players, and it's like, don't worry about it. Just what was the one with Antonio? I can't remember the fella's name. He literally tripped Antonio over just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Disgraceful from the referee.
How will you remember this sort of European journey for you, Tom?
I think if you look at it, I'm really pleased the way it went. I mean, considering our league performance is up and down all the time throughout this season, the one thing that's kind of been really steady is this European campaign that we've had. So I'm really proud of what the boys have done.
So am I, to a point. Like, I'll get this from I'm going to get this comment in from Mr. Steady Hands. Boys always makes us turn up when the heat is on himself. Get him gone. Blame the ref. Do me a favour. How about I am not going to slag off no one tonight. Not one person. I'm not even going to slag off you, Mr. Steady Hands, right? Because this is the problem with this fan base currently right now, and I've had enough. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, so I'm not going to keep slagging everyone off and going, you know what, you're right and you're wrong. Tonight, everyone should hold their heads up high and say, you know what, we've had a go, it didn't work out, we fucking move on. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, fuck all this negative bollocks, fuck this backwards and forwards, fuck it completely off. Because tonight, if you're not happy with the way West Ham played tonight to a point, then I can't help you. I simply can't. And then I'm going to say this straight so everyone knows and gets this in their fucking Swede straight away. Is if I can't help you, there's no point you being here. Simple as that. So don't be here. Do you know what I mean? I'm really, really pleased tonight with the way they give it everything, yeah? But in the end, and it is in the end, yeah, decisions from the January window have come back to fucking haunt us, and they've haunted us big time in this situation. Do you know what I'm saying? Jared Bowen obviously come back time, but who was the best player for you tonight?
There's a few in there. There's a few to go by. I mean, Kudos played out with skin as usual. Should have laid off a couple of chances to Antonio or even whoever was in the air at the time. I thought Alvarez had a great game in the middle of the park. Got stuck in. Even Cresswell for what he did. Fabianski pulled off a couple of saves. It was unfortunate it came off of Cresswell for the deflection and going for the Leverkusen goal. I mean, Mickey Antonio, when you look at he had a frustrating game today. The fact that he's being muscled off, and manhandled by the Leverkusen players, the referee with the decisions, it was quite easy to lose the plot altogether and spank someone out. But lucky enough, he didn't, and he actually got a goal for us as well. So I'm going to go with Antonio on that one.
Great comment that is from Greg. Shout out to Greg. Could have used someone like Fornells off the bench tonight. Thanks, Sullivan. Fucking, I could not agree with you more, Greg, on that. I really couldn't. It was just crying out for someone with a little bit of energy, a little bit of patience, and like being sort of precise on the ball. But I'm not. As I say, I will round that up at the end of the season. But for now, obviously, after tonight's performance, we can look at it and say we pushed this team all the way to the end. And let's have it right. Last week, I know it was bad. Don't get me wrong. And we conceded 2 goals and we had 1 shot on target and all that. I've heard it fucking so many times over the last 7 days. But in the end, they are just a better side than us. And we've just got to hold our hands up and say, fair play. They are a better side. They have got a better manager than us. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Because when you look at the second half, you can see they just turned up the gas a little bit, and you see the reason why they won the league. Yeah, they just had a little bit more class than what we did.
Yeah, and there's no shame in that, mate. There really isn't.
Not at all.
Do you know what I'm saying? Tone, I'm going to let you go.
No, thanks, mate. Thanks for your time as always.
Thanks for coming on, mate. Really do appreciate it. I'll catch up with you soon, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Take it easy.
Yeah,
all the best. That's been Tony. Go over and follow him on his channel. as I say, before I let Keith come in, I let him sort his camera out and everything. There's nothing to be negative about tonight, man. Honestly, I know people are going to look at like little bits and obviously the January window and the subs bench. It's fucking shit. Like we've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench at West Ham United. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah, we've got a lot of youth players on the bench who have probably never even hit the actual pitch at West Ham currently. So it's just one of them. Hi, I'm a German. I've seen Leverkusen the whole season, and that was Leverkusen's worst half in the entire season. But West Ham played great in the first half. Fair play, mate. Fair play. I'm going to be honest. It's the best half of football I've seen at West Ham. Fucking hell, for a long time. Long time. And that's not even with our full strength side. Let's have it right. That's no Emerson, no Paqueta. Like, that was frighteningly good. Yeah. And that's a glimpse. I'm going to say this, right, before I let Keith come in a minute. Yeah. That's a glimpse of the future. Now, if Moyes does go, which it's looking likely that he is going to go, and we bring a manager in tonight, you've witnessed the West Ham way, because to me that is the West Ham way. If I asked someone the other day to describe the West Ham way to me, it's all this slick football and all that. The West Ham way was the whole collective tonight. Yeah, everything, like from fighting for each other, fighting the opponents, fighting everything. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, right? It ain't. Listen, people say the West Ham way is a myth, yeah, and I can slightly agree with them to a point. But it's all about how you approach the game, attitude, commitment, desire, and everything. And that is what I see tonight. In the end, as I say, we just got done up by a fucking team that just had more energy than us. Like they're bringing on like Frimpong on, who's just running like right down that sort of side, and we just couldn't cope in the end, so to speak. But we didn't lose the game, and that's 1+ I can say. 9 thumbs up. Might as well be a Millwall fan. Fair enough, mate. Whatever you say. Right, is he back? He is back. He's here. Get him in. Keith, take it away, mate. What you saying?
Hello, mate. You all right?
What you saying on that?
Oh, mate, I mean, what a performance. And it's just a shame we couldn't do that in the first leg. But everyone goes on about Leverkusen being, and congratulations on them winning the German league.
Yeah.
And being unbeaten in now 44 games. But I've got to be honest about it, mate. You watch them play and they're beatable. I don't understand how they're unbeaten. They're beatable. We had them on the ropes in the first leg. It's just we let in those 2 goals at the end because we got tired. We got knackered. Today we were absolutely fantastic. I mean, oh mate, I mean, I think my neighbours for about a 3-mile radius heard me cheer when Antonio put that first one in.
Yeah.
I nearly gave myself a fucking heart attack.
I've got to ask you, Keith. I've got to ask you because it's so good having a ex-referee on the channel. But what do you make of the referee tonight? Because he was fucking shit.
I thought the first half he weren't too bad.
I thought it was right first half. I agree.
Yeah, but the second half he came out and it was almost like he'd had a personality transplant. It's almost like the second half. It's almost like at half time he'd had a memory erase, like the Men in Black thing. You know, you zap your memory, and he'd forgotten the laws of the fucking game because he came out the second half and he didn't eat. I mean, there was 9 yellow cards and 2 red cards in that game. I mean, what the fuck?
Anyone who had over 3.5 cards on today's game, mate, fair play to you. I'm going to be honest, Keith. Yeah, I couldn't work it out with him.
I'm just going to throw a little bit of humour in here now. Please don't quote me on this because there's no there's nothing legal and binding to what I'm saying. But I bet there's a lot of Brazilians from the Paqueta family now that are fucking raking it in at the bookies.
I'll tell you what, mate. I'll tell you what. Right, I agree. I agree with you, Keith. Like, I really do. I think the first half, right? I thought he was okay.
It was
I
all
thought
right.
It was okay.
Yeah,
it was all right. I actually think he got pretty much everything right, apart from the end of the first half where it went a bit mayhem. It went a bit mayhem where they all like Billy McKinley was ready to have a fight with someone on there. But I like all that, right? People want to see a bit more passion from our fucking stuff. Yeah. So there you go. I'll get to that in a minute, GP. Yeah, but first half it was okay, and then the second half he come out. And I completely agree with you, mate. It was like someone told him, right, you've got to start being a bit more harsher on Antonio, and Antonio was fouled I think he got fouled 5 times, if I remember right, and 4 of them were blatant fouls. Like one of them wasn't so much, but you know.
No, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, how many times does Antonio need to be fouled before he actually gets given a fucking decision? I mean, going back to when I was grassroots refereeing, right? Even at kids level, 14, 15, 16 years old, there were a couple of players that you knew in certain teams that fucking dived and play acted and gave it a big one. But the thing with the thing with me, and I'm not trying to ball myself up. I'm just an ordinary geezer that just put on the black and whites because I enjoy football, but was shit at it. My game lasted that game from first whistle to last whistle. The next game was a completely new game.
Yeah.
What seems to get me is that referees have got an idea in their head who are the players to watch out for, because who are the players that fall over a lot, and they take that into next week's game, and they take that into the week after's game, and you can't do that. Yes, we know that Antonio, for a big lad, tends to fall over a bit too much, but today he was fouled, by my reckoning, at least 5-6 times, and he wasn't given any of them. I also, this is how sad I am, I also counted 3 foul throws from the white shirts. Since when did foul throws go unpunished? It seems to me that foul throws now are just being ignored in the top flight.
I'm going to be honest. It was like he was bad. He was bad in the second half. He was like,
great.
Yeah,
he was dreadful.
He was so. It was winding me up.
Oh, mate, I've got to be honest, mate. I had tears in my eyes, not just because of the score, and because I'm claret and blue, but I had tears in my eyes because it genuinely felt like in the finish we were bows and arrows against the lightning, and it weren't. It weren't how good Leverkusen was. It was how bad the referee was, and I shouldn't have to say that. Game in, game out, we as football fans shouldn't be having to say the referee has put his footprint on the game.
One thing I will say is that in the second half, the referee did try and make it about him. It wasn't about the context. It was about him, basically. Him turning around and saying, fucking, like, putting his yellow card up to Zuma, yellow card to Bowen. And listen, Bowen doesn't really get rattled ever, really, right? I don't really ever see Bowen lose his rag. No. And when I was watching it, he was losing his fucking rag, basically. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm deaf in my left ear, and I'm going deaf in my right ear, which is why sometimes I'll probably shout. I mean, at least I'm not drunk tonight like I was last time I was on the show. But
no worries.
But I can lip read, and so I can actually see a lot of what's going on out there. Like literally, I can see what the players are saying to each other, and you didn't need to be a lip reader to actually hear it. At one point, Bowen has turned round and he's looked straight at the bench, straight at the camera, and obviously beyond the camera is the bench where Moyes is, and he's going, "It's a joke. This is a fucking joke." And he was talking about the refereeing decision, and it was and that was Bowen's. So when the players adopt that attitude of like, whatever we do is going to be wrong. Whatever we do is going to get pulled up and turned against us. And when players start to get like that, when anybody in life starts to get like that, your head's gonna drop, and you're gonna lose then. So I think the second half we started to get tired. You could see the guys were getting tired. Leverkusen have got more fucking subs than Hitler had during 1939. But this is the thing about a good squad. You can put on all the subs, and now you've got 5 or 6 subs you can use. If you've got a big squad, you've got the advantage of being able to put on all these players.
One thing I will say is that with Steiden here, and Steiden at the helm, the summer window, and I say this to every West Ham fan, whether you like me or you don't, it's going to be fucking exciting in the summer. I'm not going to lie, because I think if you let this geezer unleash and go out and get 6 players for this club, then if not more than that, then we could be cooking next year. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think West Ham are going to get Europe now. I don't think West Ham are going to have the firepower. Not after tonight. I think they're going to be drained.
No.
Yeah, but if we don't get Europe this year and we end up finishing say 10th, it's not bad. That's me, because next season it's a new season. It's Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, and listen, West Ham will be up there, mate, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Before I let you go, Keith, yeah, I want to ask you something. How will you remember this European campaign, mate? For you?
Thanks to YouTube replays, because I spent most of it drunk.
Yeah, I know.
I've got to be honest. I mean, like, look, it's been fantastic, innit? As I said the last time I was on here with you, I've seen us win the 75 and the 80 FA Cup, but I was only a kid then. This is the first time I've seen us win a cup as an adult that's been legally able to sort of drink and enjoy the occasion. It's been a fantastic ride. I mean, come on, it has been. It's been fucking enormous. It's been massive. I've loved it. I mean, you know, we've scraped some fucking results, haven't we? And we've been lucky, but you ride your luck. And we've to do what we've done in the last 3 years, get to what, two quarterfinals, a semi-final, two semi-final and a final, and win it. I mean, for me, Prague will be forever tattooed in my brain. That was absolutely enormous. I don't think I've cried so much in a long time.
I just want to get to this. Yeah, this guy is a Spurs fan, right? So Spurs are usually watching on a Thursday night. They're not usually in any European competition. So,
cool.
Stu, I'm going to say this to your son. Yeah, hope you enjoyed watching the champions of Europe tonight, mate, because we are the champions of Europe. Do you know what I mean? And also, fuck the Spurs. That's what I'm going to say to that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll talk them anyway.
Keith, I'm going to let you go, mate, because I'm going to wrap this up shortly, but I appreciate you coming on, as I always do. Mate. You take it easy.
I've got to say, Europe, it's farewell for now, but it ain't goodbye. We will be fucking back, and we will be back with a hard on. Come on, you fucking irons.
Fair enough. It'd be passionate Keith as ever. Do you know what I'm saying? I agree. Listen, I'm not going to be downhearted and disappointed and pissed off tonight. Far from it. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a mountain to climb, and we got up the mountain. We reached the top, but you know, we didn't know how to get down the mountain in the end, and that was it. It's bittersweet. It is, but you know, in life, some things you don't always get what you want. But for me, I've asked everyone this tonight, and I'm going to leave it with me. How will I remember this European sort of journey with West Ham? Yeah, memories. Yeah, everyone thought last week that West Ham was just going to go out with a whimper tonight and just get slapped up. And we pushed this team that are a really good team all the way to the bank. Yeah. And in the end, we just didn't have the bodies in the end. Right. Whether that's on Moyes, Sullivan, whoever. I don't really care right now. I really don't. I look at, obviously, the semi-final a few years ago. We made mistakes there in the January window. It cost us. Yeah. We managed to get Europe again. The Conference League, right, whether you like it or not, whether you think it's a tin pot trophy or not, we won a fucking trophy. Yeah, we haven't won a trophy in 43 years. And as I always say on this channel, the 7th of June, 2023 would always be up there in my memory forever. That poster will always be there forever. Yeah, because that's just moments, memories, etc. This campaign, it's been eventful. Yeah, it's been fun. We've done all right in the group stages. We got out the group. Obviously, we got Freiburg, lost over there, destroyed them at home, and then obviously we'll just play the side that is a powerhouse unit. They are like a Champions League side, and when they are on it and kick into gear, they are a decent side. You can't give them like disrespect them in that regard. But as I said, it's just we gave it everything and we just run out of steam. It's as simple as that. But it's been emotional. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, I'm going to leave it at that. Please do smash a like on the video. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Please do subscribe to E20 Zone TV. I want to thank all the boys who's come on tonight, had their say. Do you know what I'm saying? without you guys, it'd be me rambling on. Yeah, no one wants to listen to me talk bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? I do this channel to have other fans come on this channel and speak about the club that I love to death, like everyone else. Do you know what I'm saying? We can hold our heads up high tonight, trust me. And there'll be some good press tomorrow in regards to West Ham. Do you know what I'm saying? Do I think it's right in regards to Moyes in the future? Probably not. I think Moyes maybe needs to go for just to have the whole fan base reset. But one thing it proves tonight is two things. Yeah. Number one, you can generate an atmosphere at the London Stadium. It proved it tonight. That place was fucking popping tonight. Absolutely popping. Everyone who's in there tonight, fair play to you. This is fair play to you. Everyone says you can't build an atmosphere in there. That place was fucking loud. I was hearing it loud and very, very clear. Yeah. And obviously, when you are united, right, and we all come together and we're not all bitching because I'm right, you're wrong, or I'm wrong and you're right, then this club will progress on to a higher stature. Yeah. As I always say, West Ham is not the West Ham of Upton Park era. It just simply isn't. Yeah. And we left for a purpose 8 years ago. We left to go on to be this big side. And I think we're slowly getting to that sort of stage. Like, we need a lot of investment. I think we need a new owner and we need a lot of ambition. And I think if we get all three of them, I think we're all right. I really do. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Take care of yourselves, wherever you are. And I'll be back to do a player ratings at some point. But West Ham United, the European journey is over. Yeah. But you know what? I can say it in my heart. Yeah. I'm so fucking proud. Take care.
Level up. Get set, level up. Level up. Get set, level up.